And have you ever thought, when you're sleeping at night, and I'm sure many of you had sleepless nights, have you ever thought, why can't I stop thinking? And you see these thoughts racing in your head, and you're thinking, you're trying to suppress these thoughts, you're trying to get away from them, the negative thoughts in your head, you're trying to get away from these deep thoughts. But this is where the superpower actually lies. And this is where mindset comes in, because when you try to suppress your thoughts, that's when it's going to come out in another way. You might suppress it temporarily, but it's going to come out. It's going to come out either in a way that's going to hurt yourself or hurt others. And that's not what you want. The best way to cope with thoughts, because you cannot control your thoughts. You'll never be able to control your thoughts. They're going to be passing. But the best way is to observe your thoughts from a third person perspective. From a third person perspective, you have to observe your thoughts in your head. And you might be confused, what does that actually mean? Try it yourself right now. In your head, try be silent, try think of nothing. You'll never be able to, because there's gonna be someone watching it. Who is that someone? So it's not about trying to suppress your thoughts, and that's the worst way to deal with it. The best way to deal with it is to not react. Observe your thoughts, let it flow. Imagine like a wave in the ocean, just let it flow, coming in, coming out. And that's how you actually gain control of your thoughts, because you're rewiring your brain to not react. Once you react, that's when your body gets you, that's when the devil gets you. Once you react, you're finished. You're already a slave to your own thoughts. So to summarize, just remember this very important point. We already went through this, that you're a third person observer from your thoughts. Okay? I told you, try it yourself. Naturally, since you're able to observe it, you are not your thoughts. Once you get defeated by your thoughts, it's going to be an ongoing cycle of repetitive hate toward yourself. You're going to have negative thoughts always getting stronger and stronger, devouring your mind, devouring your body, because that's going to flow throughout your body, that negative thoughts, once you react to it. Once you're able to observe your thoughts from a third person perspective, and you don't react emotionally to the best of your ability, at some point your brain will rewire to a point where you don't even need to manually try to do that. You will naturally be able to separate yourself from your thoughts from a third person perspective at all times. And that's the only way to finding a true peace of mind. However, you should intentionally be in deep thought in the right positive ways. Once you let your negative thought pass you, you say, okay, you tell yourself, okay, I see you there. I'm not going to react.